Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 505th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. I wanted to put a battle on between Christmas and New Year, and I wanted to find a good one to put on for that time, and I think I've found it in this particular battle, and this should be a great one for you to watch. And I'd just like to say, I'd like to wish you all, on behalf of the Brotherhood, a really good 2021. I hope it'll be better than 2020 for us all. And you can see us fought on a custom map, and our first teammate is Legion 22, and he's got 3 archers, 2 Triarii units, 9 infantry, and 6 cavalry. Okay, unusual to see Triarii units on a 31k battlefield. And there you go, now these are Rome's anti-cavalry units, but as a lot of veterans will know, we've seen these fully upgraded. They get smashed from cavalry at the front and they still rout. So I think they've got a very small anti-cavalry bonus. And to be honest with you, it is very unusual to see them on a 31k battlefield, just because they're not really good. Look at the upgrades on Legion 22's infantry. There are 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, so to make no mistake there, he has got some really serious infantry going on there. But he's only got 9 infantry. Is that enough for the modern day battlefield? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Spearman. Now Spearman has got 13 infantry, 2 archers and 5 cavalry. Okay, quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. He usually brings serious cavalry. Yep, 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So that's some serious cavalry he's got there. And I think that's a pretty good balanced army. Be interesting to see how well that does during the course of the battle as well. Okay, our next teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's got his very old Greek cities army of 16 Spartans and 3 of the cheap short range archers there. And our last teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman. Now Barclayman has got 13 Sacred Band spearmen, 3 slingers and 4 Sacred Band cavalry. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good balanced army. And of course this is Barclayman's faction of choice. And his cavalry there have got 7 upgrades and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So there's our team. It's got the potential to be a really great battle, and I hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have the host of this map, Crypto, and Crypto has got 9 infantry, 6 archers and 5 cavalry. Okay, 9 infantry, 6 archers and 5 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. Okay, he's got very serious cavalry, 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. Remember, this cavalry is great with just gold shield, gold attack, but with those upgrades on, really good. But will those will those 8 upgraded cavalry there with 8 upgrades on make up for only 9 infantry? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Pompey. Now Pompey has got 4 Silver Shield Legionnaires, 8 Silver Shield Pikes, 2 Archers and 6 Cavalry. Unusual to see Pompey bring Seleucid faction, so it'll be interesting to see how well he does with that. Quick look at the upgrades on his Pikes. Okay, only gold shield, gold attack. So that's, I'm guessing he's put his money on his Cavalry there. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cataphracts. Now remember, the cataphracts are the tanks of the ancient world because they're armoured from head to toe, and used correctly, these can be battle-winning troops. And with those type of upgrades on, it'll be interesting to see how well he does with that army. I think that's a pretty good balanced army there, but not very good upgrades on his pikes, so it'll be interesting to see how well they do. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member JGP. Now JGP has got 2 archers, 12 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, so 2 archers, 12 infantry, 6 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. Oh my gosh, 8 upgrades as well, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. There's certainly some serious cavalry on this battlefield, I must say. I think that's a pretty good balanced army there though, so that's pretty good. And their last teammate is Brotherhood member Chris. Now Chris has got 15 infantry, 4 cavalry and an old school armoured cavalry general. Okay, so 15 infantry, that's a heck of a lot of infantry. Let's have a look at the upgrades on his cavalry. Okay, only gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So he's obviously gone, as I say, heavy on infantry there. And as I say, he's got the old school armoured cavalry general there. As I say, up to maybe 11, 12 years ago, we all used to bring this as our Roman general before most of us switched to an infantry general there. So I think that's a pretty good army there, I think. And as I say, it'd be interesting to see how Chris uses this unit. As I say, so there's the other team. As I say, it's got the potential to be a really great battle, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, this very, very early stage of the battle here, before we've even formed up, you can see JGP putting his credentials on the table straight away, right from the start of the battle, aggressive. You can see him moving forward there. You can see Chris moving forward as well. On our left flank and left centre here, you can move them, see them moving forward very quickly. They may well have been hoping to target our Carthage ally who was on that left flank, but if you notice here, both Carthage and myself are moving more into the centre here to team up with our teammates. But the way that Chris and JGP are moving forward here, it wouldn't surprise me if this flank is where the battle may well kick off, as they both look in a very aggressive mood to me. Okay, over on our right flank here, you can see Legion 22 taking his archers forward there. Hopefully, he was probably hoping to target some of those Seleucid pike units there, but Pomp is a bit too canny for that. He started his units further back from the front of his setup area there, so he couldn't be targeted by enemy archers. And if you notice here, can you see most of the enemy team are moving up to the left here of the battlefield? Well, what you might not see here is that this battlefield is slightly sloped with a higher ground on the left side here. So that's why all the enemy troops are moving up to the left of the battlefield here, because they've got the slight advantage here. You can't see much of a slope, but there is a definite slope, and as I say, up to the left there is slightly higher than the rest of the battlefield. As I say, it should be a great one for you to watch. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought I'd just show you a tactical move here. Can you see that Legion has moved over from the right flank over here to the left flank? Okay, so he's going to be facing Rome there. And can you see that Barclayman with his Carthage army is moving over to the right flank here with the mindset to try and engage Seleucid? Okay, so that's why they're swapping here. Carthage wants to engage the Seleucid pikemen there, and obviously here Legion's moved over here to engage the Roman troops of the enemy here. Okay, so as I say, that's a tactical switch there. As I say, Carthage does well against the big long piked units, so that's why they decided to swap there. But of course Carthage doesn't really want to face Rome if it can help it there, because of the pile of damage it would suffer. Can you see here Chris running his armoured cavalry general over here towards our Brutite ally? I think he's hoping that Legion may well throw pilers at him, but I think Legion will know that that armoured general will move so fast that he won't suffer any casualties from that anyway. Okay, so as you can see here, I've got my Greek cities old formation and army facing JGP and Chris's units here on our left flank. So as I say, I thought from the beginning of the battle here, where Chris and JGP moved forward so quickly, they looked like they were pretty going to be aggressive there, I think, which they could well be. So there's a general overview of the battle at the moment. As I say, Chris is using his armoured cavalry general there, trying to encourage arrows and pilers to be thrown at him, knowing that he won't suffer hardly any damage. Okay, so there's a general disposition of the battle as it stands at the moment. Okay, at this stage of the battle, we're just going to pause the game here, because you see Barclayman here is now running his army towards the enemy Seleucid army there. Okay, he's not interested in forming up at the moment. He's going to run straight over there to take on the Seleucid army. Okay, so that's what he's looking to do there with his Carthage army there. And as you can see here, my army is, you got JGP and Chris is SBQ army. Now remember, Chris has got 15 infantry units there. He may well come down to pin and hold my Greek cities here. And what I'm thinking is, can you see JGP's got 4 infantry units? I'm thinking he's looking to pull those around the flank or rear of my engaged Greek city units. So if Chris can pin and hold me, then that's what he'd like to do, get those units in behind me. So it'll be interesting to see if that's the tactic here between them. But as I say, over here on our right flank, you can see Barclayman here being extremely aggressive with his Seleucid troops here, moving towards the enemy Seleucid army there. Okay, remember Pompey's cataphracts here. The tanks of the ancient world have got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So Barclayman must watch out for his rear there. He doesn't want to get smashed into the rear by that highly upgraded cavalry if he can help it. You can see Legion now has moved back over from the left flank where he moved to come over here to help Barclayman with his attack. But as I say, they need to watch out for this cataphract cavalry. They don't want to be pinned and hold and then get smashed into the rear by that cavalry, because that would be pretty bad for them. But as I say, Barclay Man here, he doesn't really want any truck with Rome, because he knows that he would get a lot of pilot damage there before he even got into combat, so he doesn't really want that. But he's quite willing to take on the Seleucid pikeman there. And you can see the Seleucid general there, I think, doing a good tactical withdrawal there, because he doesn't want to take on Carthage if he can possibly help it. Okay, you can see Chris here using an armoured cavalry general very well, aggressive, attacking, harassing and haranguing. And as I say, you can see legions move back over to this flank now to help Barclay Man in an attack on this flank. Okay, so it should be interesting to see what happens on that flank. But meanwhile, over here on our left flank, you can see Chris moving down with his 15 infantry units. And don't forget, JGP's got some infantry units in there as well. And they look like they really want to do an aggressive attack here on our left flank. You see JGP, the way he's positioned his infantry as well. So it looks like my army could be in for a bit of a battering here on this left flank. You see one of my units there almost glitched. But luckily pulled back in before it glitched too bad. Meanwhile, over on our right flank here, let's pause the game for a second. Okay, so Legion 22 has smashed its cavalry into the enemy SBQR troops. You can see Barclay Man moving his spearmen forward. As I say, Legion's cavalry has really hit into the SBQR infantry there. But you can see some cataphracts have hit Legion 22's Brutii infantry there as well. But as I say, Barclay Man there moving in with his Carthage Sacred Band units. And here you can see a spearman looks like he's going to charge in with his cavalry as well. His infantry is facing Seleucid and SBQR. But meanwhile, over on our left flank here, you can see Chris with those 15 units of infantry there moving in. Remember, imagine the damage that those 15 units could do with pilers alone before they even get into hand-to-hand battle. Okay, as I say, over on the right flank here, you can see spearmen charging in, and bang! As that Julii cavalry smashes in there. You can see our allies' Brutii cavalry is engaging the enemy SBQR troops and Seleucid cataphracts as well there on that right flank. But say, look how aggressive Chris is being here with his SBQR units. Okay, he wants to be aggressive. I can play that game too. I've up spears and I've charged directly into Chris's army here. Okay, so I'm not going to back off anymore. I'm not going to do any tactical movements. I'm just going to smash straight into that SBQR army. Right, but can you see JGP's infantry and cavalry here moving round the left flank? Now what I'm thinking here is going to be a tactical attack here. I'm being pinned by Chris's infantry, but JGP is going to get in behind me with infantry and cavalry and smash into the rear of my engaged troops. Okay, so that's a nice tactical move there by JGP and Chris. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Okay, but meanwhile, as you know, I'm always aggressive with Greek cities. I've got to make up for giving my team a cavalry deficiency here. Of course, not bringing any cavalry with Greek cities, I've got to make up for that. Meanwhile, here on our right flank, you can see our allies Julii and Brutii cavalry charging, and bang, as they smash into the SBQR infantry. Nice combination hit there by Spearman and Legion 22. Straight into the enemy SBQR ranks there. You can see the SBQR general counter-attacking with a cavalry unit there. But that was a nice combination teamwork hit there by Legion and Spearman. Okay, you can see Barclay Man here moving in with his Carthage Sacred Band Spearman here, still moving forward slowly. And to say you got Legion 22's Brutii infantry over there as well. So don't forget, on this flank we're red, green and Carthage. Everything else is enemy units there, okay? But meanwhile over here you can see Spearman here, his infantry facing some Seleucid units and some SBQR units there. Okay, but meanwhile over on our left flank here, as we thought, I'm being pinned and held by Chris's 15 infantry units there. Okay, he may well bring units round the rear of my units here, and you can see those 4 units of JGP is going to move in to the rear of my engaged troops as well. Make no mistake, Chris and JGP have talked about this. This is a deliberate tactic to try and smash my army on the left flank there. If they can take out my Greek cities army, then that would be a big kind of win for them there. As you can see, it's a nice tactical move here though. In the newer players to Rome Total War, see, it's not all about bashing in the front door. If you nip round the back, you could well find the back door open, if you know what I mean. And that's what these guys are doing here. Look, this is a really nice tactical move here by JGB and Chris. So as you say, I wanted to show this battle for this reason here, because as I say, a really nice tactical and strategic move by them. And they're just going to smash into the rear of my Greek cities army now while I'm pinned and held at the front. And there's a really good chance here that maybe my army may well be routed, mass routed here. Uh-oh, I can see some really heavy enemy cavalry coming in. Let's just pause the game for a second here. Okay, so not only am I being smashed by enemy infantry coming in behind me, I'm being pinned and held at the front. Okay, I've got units coming in on my flank as well. And now the piece de resistance, as I think they say, I'm going to get smashed in the rear by all this heavy SBQR cavalry. So I think it could be good night for my army now with the impact that's going to come in on my Greek cities. They're looking to smash the left flank of our team here by taking out my Greek cities army. Okay, now hopefully, I'm hoping Spearman here is going to spot the danger. He may leave units to face the enemy in front of him, but bring units over to help me. Meanwhile, here you can see the enemy Seleucid cavalry smashing into Legion's infantry and cavalry here. So, as I say, things not looking that good on our right flank either, although Barclayman is slowly moving forward with his spearmen. He's got some cavalry up there as well. But as I say, here you can see spearmen bringing some cavalry over to this left flank. But as it stands at the moment here, you can see there's a lot of enemy troops closing in on Legion's infantry there. But as it stands here at the moment, it looks that there could be a mass rout here on our left flank of my infantry here. Look at the numbers that's going to smash into the rear. Here comes that well upgraded SBQR cavalry. Bang! As they smash into the rear of my engaged Greek cities. Now I saw those cavalry arriving, so I've turned units to face a threat. But look at that mass of SBQR enemy troops pushing in on my Greek cities from all directions here. What an impact. All that infantry and cavalry just smashed into my Greek city. But as I say, I saw what was coming, so I managed to turn some units there. Right, Spearman has seen the danger over on our left flank and is sending cavalry and some infantry units over to help me here. But maybe it's too late. I think maybe my Greek city's army could well be routed there. But he is sending units over to help, which is good team play by him. See his cavalry charge into the SBQR infantry and bang! As they smash into that SBQR infantry there. Okay, but you can see my Spartans are very beleaguered here on the left flank. Just to pause the game for a second here. So now can you see I've got the bulk of my army still pushing forward into SBQR. I've got units pushing in from the sides as well. I'm defending them there, and I've got another few units here facing fighting back as well against the SBQR troops. As I say, Spearmen sending infantry and cavalry over to help. If this cavalry here locks and loads and gets ready, and it could just smash into me, and that could be the end of it there. But as you can see, completely surrounded there. As I say, Spearman's getting some reinforcements over to me as fast as he can. You got JGP and Chris's infantry and cavalry there facing Spearman's infantry. Over on our right flank here, as I say, you can see Barclayman's Sacred Band unit slowly pushing back the Seleucid units there, probably looking to take the Seleucid general out there. We've routed, I think, most of Crypto's SBQR infantry on that right flank there. But as I say, over here on the left here, they are really making no mistake. Make no mistake here, they are really looking to smash my army here, and that was a pre-planned exercise there by JGP and Chris, as you can see. And you can see here, I think JGP's cavalry is just finishing off Legion's cavalry there, and there you can see Chris's cavalry coming down there, and bang, as he smashes in to those Julii units that Spearman has sent over to try and help my army. Okay, don't forget I've got archers shooting in on me all the time. Oh, good news for us, we've routed SBQR General. Okay, so pause the game for a second here. So you can see now my army is completely surrounded. Spearman's trying to get reinforcements over to help me here. You can see here Spearman's army is fighting the enemy SBQR cavalry there. Cavalry versus cavalry at the back there. Let's say Spearman's trying to get reinforcements over to me, but he's got to leave units here to face JGP's infantry. But meanwhile, over on our right flank, as I say, we've routed, I think, Crypto's general, and Barclayman and Legion between them are doing a great job on this right flank. They're up against that well-upgraded Seleucid cavalry, and don't forget that archers, enemy archers, are shooting into us all the time, so we're going to be losing a lot of men through archer fire there. So as it stands at the moment, which way do you think this battle's going to go? Do you think it's going to be a very close one right down to the wire here? Do you think the enemy have got the advantage, or do you think we've got the advantage? See that Seleucid cavalry, bang, and it smashes in to our Carthage allies' slingers there. But as I say, my Greek cities army here, I'm facing units in all different directions here, defending the rear, the flanks, and still moving forward as much as I can. Okay, but you got a lot of SBQR infantry. As I say, I'm completely surrounded here, and they're pushing in on me from all sides. As I say, Spearman's trying to get reinforcements over to help me here. But my job, as I can see it here, is to try and hold as long as I can, try and inflict as many casualties on the enemy as I can before the inevitable of my army folding there. Meanwhile, here you can see, and unfortunately for us, JGP's cavalry are now routing the last of Spearman's cavalry there, and if he rallies his cavalry, locks and loads them after he's routed the Julii cavalry, he could then smash them in to my Greek cities units there, and that could be good night for my army maybe. But as I say, JGP's got infantry here facing Spearman's army. Both of those lots aren't doing a lot at the moment, as you can see. But as I say, Barclayman and Legion between them are doing really well on our right flank, even though this heavy Seleucid cavalry is smashing into them every opportunity that it gets. Okay. I think a lot of the enemy SPQR infantry has now been routed. And as you can see here, right, SPQR cavalry charging into Spearman's infantry, and bang, as they smash into his infantry there. I noticed Legion has sent over what he had left of his cavalry to try and help me out there, but his cavalry has just all been taken out. As I say, with my Greek cities army, I just want to try and cause as many casualties as I can to the enemy troops before the inevitable happens, and my army is probably going to mass rout. You can see here, there's a mass of Seleucid cavalry and SPQR cavalry moving over. Right, can you see Chris's cavalry charging there, and bang, as he smashes in to those relief units that Spearman has sent over to try and relieve my army there. That was a nice hit there. Okay, you can see the enemy SPQR cavalry charging in, looking like he's going for our general, looking for Spearman's general there, and bang, as it smashes in there. Looking to take out Spearman's general, but didn't succeed. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So you can see I've hollowed out my circle now. I've moved all my units into attack mode, spreading out from the centre of my defensive circle there. Moving out to attack. You see the Seleucid army has moved his pikemen over here. You've got more SPQR units moving over here. You can see a Spearman's army getting hit by SPQR infantry and cavalry. Okay, Barclayman over here now. Looks like he's routed most of the enemy troops on that flank, or the Seleucid generals moved his pikes over to the other flank there. You see Legion's moved his infantry over here as well to try and help my beleaguered Spartans and to help Spearman as well. But as you can see, it's right up in the air here on this left flank and left centre. You see the Seleucid cavalry there, as well as that SPQR cavalry ready to charge in. I think they'll probably target Spearman's Julii army here. Yep, you can see that Cataphract cavalry charging in there. Get ready, and bang! And bang! As those units smash in to Spearman's Julii army there. That was a nice hit there by the Seleucid general with those cataphracts. He will be alt-attacking now, using his effective against armour maces on that Julii infantry. If that SPQR cavalry charging as well, that could be problems. You can see Barclayman here bringing his cavalry over here to try and take the pressure off of Spearman. You can see that SPQR cavalry charging, bang, as it smashes in there. Oh my gosh, that is some kind of tussle going on there. Remember, the enemy are the SPQR and Seleucid here. Okay, let's just pause the game for a second here. Okay, so you can see several of Spearman's units are starting to rout here. Luckily, his general's still alive, and so is Legion's general still alive. So there's some morale bonus going on there, but you can see SPQR infantry charging in there, and any chance they got, they're smashing cavalry in there as well, trying to take out Spearman's army. Okay, there's an SPQR cavalry ready to charge in there. That may well finish off Spearman's army here. Okay, now I've got my Greek cities here. I'm fighting in two directions. I'm moving one group up towards the Seleucid long pikemen. Once again, let's have a look at the length of those Seleucid pikes there. Okay, against the short spears of the Spartans. Remember, like we said in other battle videos, my Spartans have got to fight all the way down those long pikes to kill the man on the other end. Okay, that's a tall order there, but that's what I'm looking to do. I want to try and take out as many of those Seleucid pikemen as I can with my that group of spearmen, and my other group of spearmen I'm taking down towards the enemy SPQR infantry. But here, this could be the make or break of the battle maybe. If Spearman's army breaks, or if Legion's general and Spearman's general are taken out here, taking away the morale bonus, we could see a mass rout of our troops. That SPQR cavalry are ready to charge in. Look, and bang, as it smashes in there straight into our allies' Julii infantry. Well held there. I thought Spearman's army is well held. You can see Barclayman charging his Sacred Band cavalry in there. Oh, good news for us, we've taken out the SPQR general. That's good news. Barclay Mann's cavalry he's been using extremely well, but of course he's only got gold shield, gold attack on them. But as you can see here, there's a big tussle going on here in the centre of the battle there. Okay, bad news for us. Can you see more of Spearman's army are starting to rout here? Plus our Carthage allies' cavalry has been taken out as well. So as I say here, things not looking very good. You've got the SPQR infantry and cavalry smashing us every chance they got. And you can see I'm moving part of my Spartan army down towards the enemy SPQR infantry. We got Barclay Mann's spearmen coming over as well. And as I say, I'm fighting those long-piked Seleucid units there with my with part of my Greek city army. Okay, so there's a general overview of the battle as it stands at the moment. I think if Spearman or Legion lose their general there, so we lose morale bonus, there's a chance that both their armies could rout here. I see that just before Barclay Mann's arriving, the SPQR general is really pushing forward and moving my Greek cities into the ranks of the enemy troops as well. Both, as you can see, Barclay Mann's with his Carthage Sacred Band and my Greek cities are both moving in here on the enemy SPQR infantry. Okay, you can see SPQR cavalry still charging. There's still routing some of Legion's army there. I think most of Legion's infantry will be taken out. Can you see I'm bringing the rest of my Greek city units down to the fray here, charging them into the enemy SPQR ranks. And it looks like we've routed most of the enemy troops here. Let's just pause again for a second here. So just let me look at Spearman's general. In his whole general unit of 82 men, the only unit left is his general. The rest of his men are dead in that unit. So as I say, he's a lone general now. And as I say, the rest of the men are dead that were in that unit, but he's still giving general morale bonus. So I always think it's sad to see just one unit left in a general unit, and that's just the general. So that just goes to show how this was a real battle of attrition there. You can see the Chris's SPQR infantry. Remember, he had 15 units of infantry. He just threw some poilers into our army there. You can see our Brutii ally and my Greek cities units charging towards him. He's going to do a last cavalry attack there by the looks of it. Bang! As he charges in there. I think Legion's general's just been taken out. But I think it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there, I think, from what I can see. So yeah, just so we just want to show you the intensity of the battle. Do you remember, this is where my Spartans were surrounded by all those SPQR infantry and that SPQR cavalry smashing into the rear. I think the Spartans held quite well there. As we move across the battlefield here, you can see the intensity of the fighting here just by looking at the masses of dead. You can always tell where the most intensive part of the battlefield is, of course, is where the massive dead. Look at this massive cavalry battle. If you notice here, I can't see many infantry in there. It looks like a massive cavalry battle here between Brutii, SPQR and Julii cavalry. As we move further on at the battlefield over to the right flank and right centre, you can see where the intensity here, I think this was a Seleucid, SPQR, we're against our Brutii and Carthage ally here over on this right flank and right centre. So just by the intensity of the battle, you can see it's quite a spread out battlefield here with huge intense parts of that battlefield by the piles of dead. So as I say, a Spearman's general survived. I'm glad to say the one man left out of that whole general unit there, just his general. So as I say, you can tell how much of a battle of attrition that was with just him being left there on his own. So as I say, it's a pretty intense battle, I thought there. Okay, so just to say, really well played to everybody in the game there. And as you can see, it was an average victory. I thought it might have been close, but it was an average victory. I thought everybody played very well. I'd just like to show you the person with the highest kills, and that is Brotherhood member JGP, 1,643. Unusual for the highest kills to be in a losing team. So really well done to him. And as I say, really well played to everybody in the game there. I thought this was an intense, really good battle to put in as the battle between Christmas and New Year. So well done, Brotherhood member Crypto. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted there, but I thought he still played quite aggressively there. Well done to Brotherhood member Pompey. He probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to there with his Seleucid army, but he still did well. Well done to JGP, as I say, highest kills in the game there, so well done to him, and well done to brother member Chris. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to, bearing in mind he had 15 infantry. So well done to all of you. You all played really well, and you did a credit to the Brotherhood there, guys. Really well played. Like I say, really well played to brotherhood member Barkley man there. Got some good kills with his sacred band there on that right flank. Did really well. Well done to Spearman. Probably didn't get kills that he wanted to, but he was supporting all over the battlefield there with infantry and cavalry, so well done to him. And well done to Brotherhood member Legion. He was supporting all over the battlefield as well. There was some great teamwork by both teams there. I thought everybody played really well in that battle. Quick look at the statistics. Battle statistics. I don't think my Spartans did particularly well there, because they were, for a long time, I was trying to be aggressive, but I was like kind of a bit defensive as well, if you see what I mean, when I was surrounded by the SPQR infantry. So probably didn't get the kills that I wanted. But I'd just like to say, I hope you all have a really nice new year, and let's hope that 2020 is going to be better, 2021 is going to be better than 2020. Okay? And we will still be putting our battles on in 2021, and I hope you enjoy them as much as you ever did. This is Spartan Commander saying bye for now, and see you soon.